Hello, everybody. Good morning and welcome to Pick and Roll, your NBA betting show that goes live on weekday mornings here at the Board YouTube channel. And if you're enjoying the content that we've been giving you, drop a like and subscribe to make sure you're keeping up to date with all the NBA playoff content that we have coming your way. On this show, we go through the recap of the previous day's plays. We get into the free pick for today. We do have one free pick for you guys coming. And then we'll also break down the Lakers and Warriors game, which is tonight. And we could see both of these series end tonight, or we could see two teams push to a game 6. But let's get into the recap here. And I got to say, it was late. I was not able to stay up for this one. Looking at the recap of the plays, it looks like we got saved by a couple of free throws late on Kevin Durant, which stopped him getting taken off the court and also got him over on his point total here. We do cash the same game parlay here on Jokic, Durant, and MPJ. Is my assessment based on the list of plays accurate to what happened, Pips?
Yeah, yeah.
It
So
was going to be garbage time, but he got fouled, so we had to stay on to
yeah.
shoot, right?
So Michael Porter Jr. cashed in the first half, no sweat. Nikola Jokic huge third quarter, no sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant had 24 points with I think 8 minutes left. We needed one bucket. He had 24 points while he was 4 for 7 from free throw line, so he missed 3 free throws. So it was kind of looking like, okay, this is not going to happen like this. Come on. Then he had two not wide open, but good mid-range shots that went like completely definition of in and out. And I was like, come on, man, like don't not another hook. And then I saw bench players going to the scoring tables and like, yeah, it's over. And then referee said they weren't going there on time. So one more possession,
Oh,
brick
my
from
goodness.
the Denver Nuggets, and Durant like took two mid ranges, missed it, and then another drive to the rim. So he decided I won't settle for mid range. I'll go drive, get to the free throw line, and score one bucket for our pick and roll show. And like, yeah, I mean it's honor.
And so when he got fouled, the play stopped, and they changed 4 out of 5 of the players in the court. Obviously, he was shooting, so he couldn't get taken off, and he got to 26 because he made both those free throws, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, a little bit of luck for us, I suppose, but we've been finding some good spots, not getting some great luck for the playoffs. So we will absolutely take it. We moved to 11.2 units on the season, a 3.8% ROI. And we're going to put that to the test here as we have a game between the Heat and the New York Knicks. If you watched the show before the previous game that we had between these teams, you will know that we had success on Randall and Strus, but not on Josh Hart. So let's just take out Josh Hart from the bet today. But we're going to go back to Randall and Strus. And we have a minus 110 3-leg parlay here, courtesy of FanDuel. We're going to take Randall over 6.5 rebounds, so similar to the last time, and his under 29.5 points. So 2 plays there on Randall, and we're going to pair those with Max Strus over 7.5 points. Once again, that is at FanDuel. Once again, that is minus 110 odds. So back to the well here. These legs of the parlay cashed last time. It was not Josh Hart. Obviously, you liked what you saw. Why don't you break down this play for us?
So the first part is Julius Randle rebounds. So last 3 games he had 12, 14, and 9 rebounds. Last game 9 rebounds. He fouled out in that game. Also he there wasn't as many as rebounding chances in that game because Miami Heat just shoot well. Now they are going home, so I expect a bit drop in Miami Heat efficiency shooting. Also, over the last 3 games, Julius Randle is leading by far, leading the rebounding chances for Knicks. Second on that list is Josh Hart, who seems to not play that much, so even more rebounding opportunities for Julius Randle. So yeah, I like Randle in this one, and if I didn't actually check the season because I did for the last bet, but I know it looked unbelievable for Julius Randle when he is playing over 30. I'll just check it live. So Julius Randle when playing 32 plus minutes. I'll just a second.
Yep.
On this line is 90%. So he covered this line 90% when he plays 32 or more minutes. And if you take only look at this season, it's actually 92% clear rate. Oh, I mean, playing 32 plus minutes on this rebounding line. And I do expect 40, 42, 44 minutes for Julius Randle tonight. He had foul trouble and fouled out and still ended up playing 39 minutes in the last game. So yeah, I expect just huge minutes for Randle. Less hard because they need Grimes for shooting. So he's their best rebounder. So yeah, that's the highest price on all our bets in this. Second part is Julius Randle under 30, under 29 and a half points. Last game, he shot crazy efficient. She's 62% from the field and still end up scoring only 20 points in 39 minutes. Highest scoring game of 8 games in the playoffs so far was 25 points in the first game against Miami Heat in a win. So like his best game is still 5 points of this. And in this season playoffs, it's kind of ridiculous to even say it, but he averaged 16 points. So
Mhm.
this is just almost double of this. And yeah, he's getting double teamed when he's in a good post up situation. He's either on Bema Adebayo or Max Strus or Jimmy Butler. So single coverage of Butler and Bema Adebayo, very very difficult. And if he gets Max Strus on him, or Kelly Martin, if he gets deep into the post or something, they double team him. So no good and easy shots for Julius Randle. And the second part of this, third part, I will say, the second player
Yeah.
is Max Strus. Last 3 games, 17, 19, 16. Was probably the second best player, maybe third after Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo in the last game, but he provided them with great shooting. Last 2 games shot 20 field goal attempts for three. So he is their main shooter without Hero. They need shooting without Hero. And they're double teaming a lot on Jimmy Butler, and that creates a lot of Strus wide open opportunities or cuts. And yeah, like he covered this line in 5 straight games. So this should be just a great spot for Max Strus.
Yeah. Yeah. For some reason, Max Strus been playing really well, but haven't really seen his point lines jump up a lot. I mean, we're getting it here at over 7.5, which is a great addition to this bet. So super happy with this play. Excited to see this one play out tonight. I know you were not very confident in the New York Knicks and their ability to come back in this series. So we'll see how that shapes up tonight. We'll talk about another team here that needs to win tonight. Is it a must-win game in the Golden State Warriors? We'll also talk a little bit about yesterday's Sixers Celtics game. But before that, let's talk Warriors Lakers. Game 5 tonight. Lakers are up 3-1. What adjustments do you think the Warriors are going to throw out today? Maybe another change in the starting five to combat the Lakers and get a must win. It's a must win. How are they going to go and get the win here today?
I don't think they need to change much. They had the game on their hands in the last game and just choke choke in the last 4 decisions. So I think that's a huge part of it. I mean, with so much attention, Steph Curry, Clay Thompson needs to step up. He had terrible game. Jordan Poole non-existent. So I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
he's
a
been
very
bad.
difficult spot, but I think Steph Curry needs to be way more aggressive even, not like isolation against Davis kind of aggression, but I think overall he needs to be very aggressive. They run the season high pick and rolls with Steph Curry in the last game, and I think that needs to be continued. They did Lakers defense. So whatever so far the Golden State Warriors did in every change that they didn't affect much of the way Lakers were defending them. So that's kind of you need to do something to make Lakers need to somewhat do adjustment on defensive end. So Anthony Davis playing unbelievable defense. So yeah, I think it's about second guy to step up. Steph Curry will score 30 points and have probably 7, 8 assists, maybe even 10. So it's about the next guy. Who is the next guy after Steph Curry? Last game, Klay Thompson, 3 from 11, 9 points, 9 points.
Yeah, there's nobody who stepped up with him.
Yeah. So Gary Payton was the best player, best scorer after Steph Curry. He was 7 from 9 from the field, most of the cuts, and scored 15 points. Jordan Poole, 10 minutes in the game, 0 from 4. So if you remember the first game of the series when people were asking me about a lot about Jordan Poole bet,
Yeah.
if you yeah.
Yeah.
So I said that doesn't make any sense. He ended up cleaning double the line,
Yeah.
and then next 3 games he was double under the line. Next 3 games, all 3 straight easy
Yeah.
unders.
Jordan Poole has like one game every 6 that reminds you, like, okay, he's actually good. And then 5 games in a row where you
So
wonder how he makes so much money. Yeah.
I know people were like, okay, you said don't take Poole. Everyone wasn't him, blah blah. Yeah, I know. Like in most cases, he won't cover this. Like, of course, he can cover. Have some crazy hot shooting game as he did. He made 6 threes. But so yeah, next game 6 points. That game he had 21 points. Next game 6. Next game 5. Last game
Right.
0. So 11 points over the last 3 games combined. So he didn't cover this line in combined in the next 3 games. So yeah, I'm just saying like
Yeah.
sometimes. And the thing I have my private betting and we had on the show, whenever we lose our bet, next game it's a winner. I think we had 7 or 8 straight losers that were winners in the next game. So yeah, nothing changes, but it's some kind of variance and yeah.
Yeah. As for Jordan Poole, like I remember even last year in the playoffs, he had some big moments in the finals, which so people kind of remember that, but he was mostly poor and wasn't really getting much play time, barring like 1 or 2 games. So very streaky player, but somebody's got to step up, and he did game 1. We'll see if anybody can help Curry today.
Yeah, I didn't understand when they giving him so much money because I don't I think I said something early in the season that I'm not a huge fan of Jordan Poole and not too high on him, and everyone was talking like
Yeah,
how he's
and
great, 6 man of best 6 man in the league and something. I was like, no, my watch.
yeah, it doesn't help that he can't play defense either, and it has
Yeah,
not helped the Warriors. Let's talk
Steph Curry,
about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I just want to say like Steph Curry is like elite defender compared to the Jordan Poole.
Right. And no disrespect, but that is a problem if that's the case.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Sixers and Celtics here. The 76ers, I don't know if it's the 76ers played really well. The Celtics did not play well, but it was a extremely comfortable win for the 76ers. They are up 3-2. I will remind everybody the Celtics were down 3-2 in the conference semis last season. But as many Celtics reporters have been saying on social media today, this year kind of feels a little bit different and kind of the bite is gone with this team. Do you think the Celtics have enough to turn this series around and still advance to the conference finals?
Hope not. Yeah, I do think they are a better team. That's no question. But
Yes.
their effort is kind of not there. They were playing like regular season type of basketball so many times throughout these last couple of games. So yeah, if Maxi can so Embiid and Harden did their part. Like Harden played unbelievable games. If you look at the stats, you won't see much, but he was so in control. It's such a clean game for James Harden. Embiid did his part, scored everything that he was supposed to score, made every shot go to the line, put them in foul trouble, and etc. But we had Maxi, huge game from Tyrese Maxi, and that was the difference. Also, huge minutes for Daniel House off the bench. He's best on
Yeah.
defense, and he did some unbelievable finishes on the rim. On the
He
other
was
side of the
surprising.
court,
He was good. He had a good game.
yeah. Tobias Harris had tremendous game. ruined by some weak foul calls and foul trouble, and he didn't play much in the second half. And I think I think this was, I don't talk about officiating a lot, but another game where or officiating was heavily in favor of Boston Celtics. I had like I was watching with a friend and we like 15 over 10 situation where it was like 50-50 call and that goes to Boston
Celtics,
Celtics.
yeah.
Yeah, and they still didn't win, so that's kind of scary. On the other side, so
But yeah,
let's
killed. They got blown out. The garbage time made it look a little bit better, but they were down by like 20 points late in this game.
I want to make something clear. So a lot of people are very high on Jalen Brown. Yeah, he is a very good player. And some even go saying he's almost on the level of Jason Tatum, and that's so not true. So uh, the last game, it was someone asked him why he was not aggressive enough, didn't get looks. So it was like narrative that Celtics didn't go to Jalen Brown, and that's so not true because he can dribble the ball, he can self create. So, and he was in huge, great ball denial by PJ Tucker. So, it wasn't the thing that they didn't go to Jalen Brown. It was that he's unable to create advantage to get his shots in this series, especially in the last two games. We saw this season when the series started, we had PJ Tucker on Jason Tatum, and that was okay. But Jalen Brown was very efficient, so they switched and like PJ. I think this is the PJ Tucker, not Doc Rivers adjustment. I think PJ Tucker said, "Let me deny the ball, Jalen Brown. Let Jason Tatum isolate the entire game." So Doc Rivers surprised me in this game, and I'll just say why. So he put Melton or Tyrese Maxey or some smaller guards to guard Jason Tatum. And that's because he wants to take away his pick and roll game. So he puts mismatch on Jason Tatum and let him isolate one on one. And when he tries or beat his player, they bring double team of Smart who can't shoot and of Horford who was 1 from 8 or 0 from 8 in the series in the last game. So that's crazy to think like you on purpose give mismatch to Jason Tatum and deny the ball to Brown, and Jason Tatum has a mismatch, so he doesn't even try to get ball to the Brown because he'll attack his mismatch, and then they double team him, and Embiid is just anchoring inside and helping to the rim, unbelievable. So this kind of disrupted Boston offense because they were one of the best moving ball teams in the league.
Yeah.
And suddenly they are isolation team. And Jason Tatum is a great player, but when you are isolating and the double teamed on inside, it's kind of step back threes for him to shoot over his guard. So unbelievable deep, deep. Not, I don't know how to say, but deep thinking
Think,
from the side. Yeah,
yeah,
deep
I
brain.
understand. I understand what you
Yeah,
mean.
yeah. So
It's
very
like allowing a guy to think he has the advantage and take worse shots because he thinks he has the advantage there. So when he sees the mismatch, he's going to go at it. But what you get instead, okay, 36 points, but 11 of 27 shooting, 3 of 11 from three. So they're
and
comfortable allowing
yeah,
him to have those
and
shots.
not and taking out Brogdon and Brown out of the game and their shots because they just let Jason Tatum get to this
Yeah,
spot, to his
yeah.
spot.
And Tatum was a
Also,
minus 26 in this game, plus minus and everything, but just a lot of signs here showing that like they're comfortable letting him do that. And one of the issues that Tatum had in his second season in the league was this: it was the inefficiency, it was the ISO game, which they kind of forced him into doing that here. So I mean, we'll see how Boston adjusts to that in Game 6. But I kind of agree with Colin Box Freaks here. It could be coaching that isn't picking this up. It could be Missoula being a
I'll
little
say
bit stubborn. What do you think?
I'll say season before Udoka came to the Celtics, they looked exactly the same.
Yeah.
They were looked like they don't give a flying f to compete. And then Udoka came and they switched. They first 2 months of the season they were all exactly the same, and then they switched and got like very competitive, fighting very hard in every single game, every single possession, and they go to the finals. These teams as pre-Udoka type mentality, and that's what we've seen so far in the playoffs. So I don't think it's like he's a bad coach. I think Udoka did an amazing job, and that we are seeing it now how great of a coach he was for this Boston Celtics team. So I think they are better. They're the more talented team. They are deeper. They have more guys that can provide something, and it's how hard you get and how hard you work for it.
Yeah.
It's difficult to say, but and yeah, Mazzulla getting out coached by Doc Rivers is kind of
Bad sign.
not great. Not great.
Yeah. Part of coaching, as much as it is basketball related, it is man management as well, and getting the most out of the players as individuals and as people. So perhaps Mazzulla isn't doing that in his rookie season as head coach. Although we could be sitting here Monday talking about this as the Celtics win 2 in a row, win this series, because I'll have to double check here. They could be favored in both. They're favored away at the Sixers. They will be favored at home in Game 7 if there is a Game 7. So
yeah, but
they could turn this series around for sure.
yeah, but obviously Celtics are favored to go.
But yes, 76ers are favored to win at least one of the next 2 games. Yes, but I'm just saying, like, we could be here Monday talk about this as the Celtics series.
Easily,
it's not done yet.
But yeah, the body language was terrible for
yeah,
Celtics.
agreed.
And their crowd was very silent, non-existent. So
I love it. Somebody does not like the Celtics. I like it. I do remember the Brad Stevens coaching days where, yes, they don't have that heat culture. Let's just say I'll put it as simply as that. There's no heat culture. But hey, we'll see how this series turns out. I'm excited for the Lakers Warriors game tonight, and of course the Heat and Knicks game, which is where we have our official pick for today's show. Let's pull it up now. It is a 3-leg parlay. 2 legs are on Julius Randle. We're taking over 6.5 rebounds and under 29.5 points. And we're going to put those with Max Strus over 7.5 points. We got -110 odds at FanDuel. That has been your show for today. Reminder that this is the last week of the show in the pick and roll format. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed us this season. We still have some more content coming next week, just under a little bit of different rebranding. That'll be more preview centric than betting centric, kind of what we do now, but less on the betting because it's difficult with the conference finals. So stay tuned on the Board YouTube channel by subscribing, rate and review 5 stars if you're listening in audio form. Let's hope this pick cashes for us. Let's boost those unit sizes back up to the regular season numbers, and we will be back tomorrow for more pick and roll. Thanks again, everybody.